Today we will discuss the next topic, that is inflationary and deflationary gaps, and this topic basically lies under Keynesian economics 2. And before we have discussed many topics under Keynesian economics 1, and this topic is about Keynesian economics 2, and we will discuss MCQs about this. As you know, we discussed in the previous topics that according to Keynes' theory of income and employment, equilibrium level of national income occurs maybe at full employment, maybe at below full employment, and maybe at above full employment. And Keynes के accordingly equilibrium level इन तीनों points में से किसी पे भी lie कर सकता है. And these situations generate the concepts of inflationary and deflationary gap. Basically these जो Keynes में ये three options थी, तो जब when we discuss these three options, then the concepts of inflationary and deflationary gaps generate. We will discuss in the MCQs about the situations when inflationary and deflationary gaps occur, and then we discuss the consequences of inflationary and deflationary gaps, and at the end we will discuss the measures adopted to remove these gaps in the economy. I briefly describe you what is inflationary and deflationary gap. As according to Keynes, the basic point is full employment. We discuss full employment level पे basically three situations occur कर सकती हैं. When if aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply. Second is if aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, and the third one is when aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply. These three situations which Keynes have described, that these can occur at full employment level. अच्छा, अब हम तीन situations को देखते हैं कि जो left side पे है, if aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply, this situation generate deflationary gap. When deflationary gap generates, then the question arises that if the deflationary gap occurs, then at what point the equilibrium level of national income we can obtain. Then we can say that aggregate demand and aggregate supply situation will occur at below full employment level, and the second one situation में तो already equilibrium है. Third one situation में जब aggregate demand greater than aggregate supply होगा, सिचुएशन बेसिकली जनरेट इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप, जब एग्रीगेट डिमांड ग्रेटर होगा. इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप जब अकर करता है तो देन वी विल डिस्कस के कहाँ पे इक्विलिब्रियम लेवल ऑफ नेशनल इनकम अकर करेगा, तो वी विल सी दैट इट विल अकर एट अबव फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल. ब्रीफ पिक्चर ऑफ इन्फ्लेशनरी एंड डिफ्लेशनरी गैप. लेफ्ट साइड पे हम उसको इस सिचुएशन को कह सकते हैं नेशनल इनकम इक्विलिब्रियम एट बिलो फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट, एंड जो राइट साइड पे है उसको नेशनल इनकम इक्विलिब्रियम एट अबव फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल, और जो दरमियान में है वो तो ऑलरेडी इक्विलिब्रियम में है. नाउ वी विल डिस्कस MCQs of this. And one question is, according to Keynes' theory of income and employment, equilibrium level of national income occurs. Three options are there, and all the three options are the right one. We have discussed many times that it may be at full employment, below full employment, and above full employment. Inflationary gap occurs when second option is the right one, when at full employment level, aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply. The deflationary gap occurs when at number one is the right option, that at full employment level aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply. Aggregate demand ज़्यादा होगी तो inflationary है, कम होगी तो deflationary. In case of inflationary gap, equilibrium level of national income lies. C is the right option, that's at above full employment level. B is the right option. Sixth question is, deflationary gap occurs due to which reason? All of the above options are the right one. Reduce expenditures, overproduction, and aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply. All of the given options are the right one. When aggregate supply जो है वो ज़्यादा होगी aggregate demand से, तो it means कि overproduction हो रही है इकोनॉमी में, और जब aggregate demand less है तो इसका मतलब है reduce expenditures हो रहे हैं by government and by consumers. So all of the options are the right one. During deflation, which types of situation occur? Deflation में all of the above situation will occur. Level of income will decrease, employment level decrease, and prices decreases. All of the three options are the right one. In the following figure, the difference between national income at YF stands for full employment level, and national income at YE stand for equilibrium level of national income, is known as, the right option is a D1. Here we see that the difference between YE and YF is known as deflationary gap. In the following figure, which area is known as deflationary gap? कौन से एरिया को हम कह सकते हैं कि इट इज़ अ डिफ्लेशनरी गैप? पिछले क्वेश्चन में हमने देखा है द फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल पे बेसिकली एग्रीगेट डिमांड इज लेस देन एग्रीगेट सप्लाई. सो द एरिया जो सा है बी इज द राइट ऑप्शन, दैट इज EFB. EFB एरिया इज, सारे इस एरिया को हम डिफ्लेशनरी गैप कहेंगे. In the following figure, the difference between national income at YF and national income at YE is known as, the right option is the A1, that is inflationary gap. In the following figure, which area is known as inflationary gap? The right option is the BEF. Here BEF is area that we can say it is a deep inflationary gap when aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply. C plus basically YF, हाँ YF पॉइंट पे देखें कि यहाँ पे एग्रीगेट डिमांड जो उनसी वो एग्रीगेट सप्लाई से ज़्यादा है, दैट इज़ B and F and E. दिस एरिया को हम इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप के. अच्छा, और द 13 क्वेश्चन इज, इसको उल्ट है कि इसमें हम बेसिकली दिस इट इज़ डिफ्लेशनरी गैप एंड हेयर दिस सिचुएशन इज अग्रिंग दैट इज एग्रीगेट डिमांड इज लेस देन एग्रीगेट. 14th question is, which measures can be adopted to remove deflationary gap? All of the options are the right one, that consumers should increase the consumption expenditure, investors should increase investment expenditures, and government should increase its expenditures. And in this way, the gap between aggregate demand and aggregate supply will be reduced, and we can remove the deflationary gap. Which of the following measures should not be adopted to remove deflationary gap? Basically, all of the above three options should be adopted to remove this gap, and the D, that is banks should increase the bank rate. This is the wrong option, and it should not be adopted as a remedial measure for the deflationary gap. Basically, to remove deflationary gap, banks should decrease the bank rate, not increase the bank rate. So the D option is not it should not be adopted, and the right option is the D. Aggregate demand in the economy can be raised by adopting fiscal measures, monetary measures, and C is the right option, that is both A and B. Both measures should be adopted. Which measures can be adopted to remove inflationary gap? And all of the three options are the right one, and that consumption expenditure should be decreased, investment expenditure should be decreased, and government should decrease its expenditure. In this way, the aggregate demand will be reduced, and the gap between aggregate demand and aggregate supply will be minimized. Which of the following measures should not be adopted to remove inflationary gap? And it is a D1, that bank should decrease the bank rate. ये हमें should not be adopted. To remove inflationary gap, bank should increase the bank rate. जब वो बैंक रेट को इंक्रीज करेगा तो इन्वेस्टमेंट डिस्करेज होगी, तो इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप भी रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. सेंट्रल बैंक शुड इंक्रीज द बैंक रेट टू रिमूव इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप because investment activities will be discouraged. All of the options are the right one. Central bank should increase the bank rate to remove deflationary gap because investment activities will be encouraged, aggregate demand in the economy can be raised, and commercial bank will also decrease the interest rates. So all of the options are the right one. To remove deflationary gap, government should provide subsidies, provide tax exemptions, and increase its expenditures, and all of the above options are the right one. गवर्नमेंट ये वाली रोल प्ले कर सकती है डिफ्लेशनरी गैप को रिमूव करने के लिए. गवर्नमेंट कैन इंक्रीज इट्स एक्सपेंडिचर्स बाय, एक्सपेंडिचर को इंक्रीज किन तरीकों से कर सकती है? बाय प्रिंटिंग ऑफ न्यू नोट्स, बी बोरिंग फ्रॉम बैंक्स एंड बोरिंग फ्रॉम नॉन बैंक सोर्सेज, एंड ऑल ऑफ द अबव ऑप्शंस आर द राइट वन. टू रिमूव इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप, गवर्नमेंट शुड विथड्रॉ सब्सिडीज, विथड्रॉ टैक्स एग्जम्पशंस, डिक्रीज एक्सपेंडिचर. सारे ओल्ड हो जाएगा डिफ्लेशनरी गैप के. जो हमने डिफ्लेशनरी गैप में हमने प्रोवाइड किया था वो इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप में हम विड्रॉ कर लेंगे. सो द डी ऑप्शन इज द राइट. गवर्नमेंट कैन डिक्रीज इट्स एक्सपेंडिचर बाय, वही चीज़ें हैं, ऑल ऑफ द ऑप्शन आर द राइट वन, मतलब उसके उल्ट हो जाएगा. सेंट्रल बैंक्स कैन प्ले रोल इन रिड्यूसिंग डिफ्लेशनरी गैप बाय, ऑल दिस ऑप्शन आर द राइट वन. क्या एक रोल प्ले कर सकता है डिफ्लेशनरी गैप को रिमूव करने के लिए? बैंक रेट को लोअर कर देगा, और जिसकी वजह से कमर्शियल बैंक्स का इंटरेस्ट रेट भी कम हो जाएगा, और इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्टिविटीज़ जो उनसी है वो इनकरेज हो जाएंगी. Central bank can play a role in reducing inflationary gap by वही डिफ्लेशनरी के उल्ट हो जाएगा, बैंक रेट को इंक्रीज़ करें और कमर्शियल बैंक का भी इंक्रीज़ हो जाएगा और इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्टिविटीज़ को डिस्करेज करेंगे तो खुद ही इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. सो व्हाट इज इन सेंट्रल बैंक, हम सेंट्रल बैंक की बात तो कर रहे हैं, तो सेंट्रल बैंक होता क्या है बेसिकली. ये जो तीन डेफिनेशंस दी, ऑल ऑफ द थ्री डेफिनेशंस आर द राइट वन. We can define central bank in different ways, and I have written three definitions about this. That central bank is a financial institution given privileged control over the production and distribution of money and credit for a nation or a group of nations. And B is the central bank is usually responsible for the formulation of monetary policy and the regulation of the member banks. And C is an institution that manages the currency, money supply, and interest rates of a state and oversees their commercial banking system. All of the three definitions are the right one for the central bank. D option is the right one. And central bank is also known as C is the right option. इसको हम रिजर्व बैंक भी कहते हैं, एंड मॉनेटरी अथॉरिटी भी कहते हैं किसी भी कंट्री की. व्हाट इज कमर्शियल बैंक? कमर्शियल बैंक में क्या होता है? ऑल ऑफ द थ्री डेफिनेशंस आर द राइट वन. यू कैन सी एंड यू कैन रीड इट कि कमर्शियल बैंक क्या होता है बेसिकली. A commercial bank is a type of bank that provides services such as accepting deposits, making business loans, and offering basic investment products that is operated as a business for profit. And a bank that offers services to general public. And commercial banks, as their name suggests, are the profit-seeking institutions. So the D is the right option. What is the difference between central bank and commercial bank? मैंने दोनों की definitions दे दी हैं, आप उसका difference देख लें. Basically central bank जो होता है वो direct link करता है किसी भी कंट्री की इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट से. कमर्शियल बैंक प्रॉफिट पे रिलाई करता है. सेंट्रल बैंक जो होता है वो गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल इज गवर्नमेंट बाय द गवर्नमेंट, एंड कमर्शियल बैंक इज हेल्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट एज वेल एज द प्राइवेट सेक्टर. सेंट्रल बैंक कंट्रोल्स एंड रेगुलेट्स एंटिटीज बैंकिंग सिस्टम ऑफ द कंट्री, व्हाइल कमर्शियल बैंक वर्क्स अंडर द डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल ऑफ सेंट्रल बैंक. यानी कमर्शियल बैंक सेंट्रल बैंक के अंडर काम करता है. सेंट्रल बैंक डज नॉट डील डायरेक्टली विद द पब्लिक, while commercial bank deal directly with the public. ये differences are between central and commercial banking. So all of the above options are the right one. So give your feedback in the comment section below. I know this topic is too late, but I am trying to cover all the topics before 22nd July. So keep watching and best of luck.